Touch mine.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Whoscussion. We're on Part P. We're going to be covering the 8th Doctor story of Phidias and the Old Rogue, which is a 4th Doctor short trip. Technically multi-Doctor, but...
Technically.
Phidias. So, Izzy and the Doctor, they materialize in this nebula that the Doctor wants to show Izzy how pretty it is by using... I love the 8th Doctor's scanner as the ceiling of the TARDIS.
Yeah, no. I wish that was. I wish that was still the thing. Like, come on,
yeah,
come on,
so
12,
cool.
You can do it.
And for me, when I go back and watch Harry Potter now, I'm like, Doctor Who did it.
Yep, Doctor Who did it.
Honestly, Doctor Who did it. But so the 8th Doctor's, he's got his sky scanner, which is from the 8th Doctor movie. He's got that sky scanner, and they see a giant dragon.
That is an awesome dragon.
It's so cool. It's Sylphina from Yu-Gi-Oh. Because it looks exactly like Sylphina from Yu-Gi-Oh. So Sylphina from Yu-Gi-Oh eats the TARDIS. The Doctor is trying to materialize out of it, but it's not working. TARDIS console explodes. The Doctor's like, well, that's going to take a wee while to heal, as the TARDIS always does. Well, let's just go out and have an adventure. I think the first time we ever witnessed that is with the 3rd Doctor when they go to that planet that eats the TARDIS energy. Was it City of Doom or Death or whatever it was?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah. So the Doctor and them walk off, and then there's this creature that's narrating the Doctor and Izzy. They don't appear to be aware that he's there. Mm-hmm. And they end up getting chased by these big giant monsters, and then another race goes to attack the big giant monsters, and they're fighting over who gets to eat Izzy and the Doctor first, and then they get saved by this fish lady called Destry.
Okay. Before we go into that, the narration of this guy seems like very David Attenborough, very feel to it. It's great. Like, I'm just imagining that's how he sounds. It's just he's David Attenborough.
And as the two humans run along from the Mobos. I love it. I want it now.
Perfect. It's beautiful. Get David Attenborough to do it.
Yeah.
Get David Attenborough to voice
Big Finish.
For Big Finish. Oh my god, yes.
That'd be so great.
Great. Oh, beautiful.
So, Destry, who's this fish creature, she's throwing out one-liners that are interestingly like Izzy's one-liners, as they're all based in human pop culture.
Yes.
So she pop cultures all over the show. Izzy gets along with her, and they jump into this water stream to get away from everything. The Doctor helps Izzy swim through the stream, and they end up in the safety area that Destry's found, where there's these nanobots that are supposed to heal the internal mechanisms of this dragon. This dragon is it's bio, so it's like the Zygon tech, basically. It's living technology, but it's a bit more metallic than it is organic. And the Doctor finds these nanobots that are basically antibodies that heal the dragon. He finds that they're not functioning properly because they haven't healed the thingamabob, and he puts one into his frock pocket.
Yeah.
That was not easy to say. I think I should have broken it up by saying frock coat pocket. There we go. That works a lot better. A little less of a tongue twister now. And with that, the Doctor is about to get assassinated by the person narrating, who they can't see. But then the Doctor grabs him and pulls him out of his sort of temporal field, and it knocks him out. The sudden jolt and time differences knocks him out, and the Doctor throws him, and then Destry and Izzy are like, how the hell did you know that guy was there? He's like, I'm a Time Lord, basically.
No, I'm just that awesome, guys.
I'm just pretty great. So the first thing he does is steal this dude's temporal flying chair and then flies off with it. It's so great.
I love how he's like, I used to make things like this. Like, so great.
He's like, yeah, this is pretty great, guys. Bye. And then he goes off to go find out what's going on. He finds out that there's a race of beings. They are the Ophidius.
I think
But
so.
Ophidius is also the name of the ship. it was a bit confusing for me. Ophidius is the name of the species and the name of the ship.
Yeah, I kind of got confused with a lot of the species names going on there because they were giving them to everything.
Yeah.
So because it's a comic book, you can just go by the general look of them.
Yeah. So there's,
but of course, even that gets confusing later down the line, kids. Just wait.
So the Doctor finds out that the Ophidius have been stealing the bodies of other life forms, and they've been,
There it is.
Yeah, they've been basically putting these other life forms into their primitive state to see which one's physically stronger than the other, which is funny because they're a very, very intellectually driven species, but they want a physically stronger body. And the reason behind that is that currently their bodies are degrading. And so basically new Ophidians are being born, but they're too frail to exist, basically. So they decide on a race called the Mobos, and they're now sending their dragon to go to Mobos so they can send this wave that will allow them to take over the body of the Mobos, and then they will now be the Mobos. And so they're going to put their psychological imprint into them, and then they'll take over that species. And then from then on, the Mobos will be the Ophidius. I'm guessing they'll come live on their cool dragon, because that's what I'd do. I'd be like, I don't want to live on this planet. I want to go back to living on my giant cool space dragon.
I know, right? Who doesn't want to live in a giant cool space dragon?
It's so cool. I was like, every time I was like, it was in frame, I was like, how is this not the coolest thing ever? So, in all this scuffle, the Doctor ends up throwing off his very famous green coat. He throws it away, and it has inside it the antibody, and it goes to work doing what the Doctor's now reprogrammed it to do. The Doctor manages to run away. He then severs the ties, the creature's ties to this device is making them primitive. They start gaining their intellect back. They bust in, they're like, we want to kill them. The Doctor gives his epic peace speech, and then I love what happens in the very next panel. Justice!
I love the laser face guys. They are beautiful. Like I need to see them more, and because they remind me of the destroyer from Thor, the first Thor movie. They remind me of that, and I need them to be in other Doctor Who. I need them to be. They are great.
They're really cool, but I just love how it just says justice.
Justice beam. That's great.
The Justice beam. And also Harriet Skelly and I have an in-joke about a character called Justice.
Yes.
And so that really got me. I was losing my cool with that. It was so funny to me. Just him yelling justice and then incinerating this being. So the Doctor's like, this sucks. I can't believe they're not listening to my peace speech. And so he gaps it. And then Destry finds this device, and she says it will help them find the Doctor. But what actually happens is Destry swaps her consciousness with Izzy.
Yes.
Now, in Izzy's body, Destry kills a Mobos, and I'm guessing he kills this Mobos's lover.
That seems to be.
Yeah, because he or she loses their cool, and comes to hunt down the Izzy that's now Destry. So Destry, basically, in Izzy's body. She finds the Doctor. She goes to go and she saves the Doctor by killing this thing, the control unit of the dragon, which is so sad because that dragon is so cool. I can't believe they killed the control unit for it. And so the Doctor's not impressed with that at all. And then she goes, "Look, let's swim out of here." And the Doctor's like, "I don't know if you remember earlier, but Izzy can't swim."
Yep.
And Destry's like, "Oh crap." Ooh. Anyway, I'm cooler than Izzy, so you should just not be angry. And I'm almost like, wow, Destry, on your planet, do they have empathy or sympathy whatsoever? Like, he just lost his friend. What's wrong with you? And as she's trying to bargain with the Doctor, Mobos comes along and laser beams her into ashes. Justice! And justice, it's so good. And so she's been turned into ash, and Izzy has just seen her past body be turned into ash. And now she's stuck as the fish lady, Destry. So, yeah, that was... I did not see that coming when that happened. I thought it was amazing that they actually went ahead and actually did that, killing off Izzy's actual body. So I'm guessing she's going to be stuck as a fish person for the rest of time.
I'm not too sure about that. After gleaning a little like a little too much of the TARDIS Wikia page. It's really risky trying to read things in TARDIS Wikia for clarification. So
the continuity is all listed there.
Yeah, so sorry about that spoiler there, guys. It's very plausible that Izzy, at least that Izzy might get her body back, as far as I can tell. So.
Well, there we go. Because I'm looking forward to the next story because I managed to I kept reading because I didn't notice that it said next a different story.
I know, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, it's a different story. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's because it's going to be about how Izzy's going to handle not being Izzy anymore. Like, could you imagine losing your because your body's your identity, and I don't know, it'd be because
I'd be fine with losing. I'd be fine with losing my body and turning into something of the same race, turning into another human being. Yeah. Sure. I could probably eventually deal with that, just sort of over a couple of years figuring out all the nooks and crannies and deal with that. Turning it to something completely different, complete alien life that has different diet, different things. They would, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I might be keen for kind of fish stuff if there's like a mermaid deal going on, but maybe
not. But yeah, so this is again, this can be picked up on Comixology. I definitely suggest it. This volume looks like it's going to be pretty dark. The artwork's a lot more vibrant. Did you notice that the artwork's a lot more detailed this time around for this volume?
It does appear to be, at least compared to the last few stories of the last volume. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to where this goes. This, by the looks of things, is going to be the last volume we have with Izzy.
It does seem to be.
So I'm really not looking forward to not having Izzy around. I want to find out why she leaves. That's going to be interesting. If she pulls a Tegan, or I really hope she doesn't pull an Adric. Who I would not be able to deal with that because I love Izzy and she needs to be available for other canon. So there we go. That's a good story. Definitely again pick it up on Comixology. This volume is called Oblivion. So you can pick up the whole volume Oblivion for I think like $3 American. So go ahead and pick that up.
Nice.
And with that, we're going to jump into the Old Rogue, the Fourth Doctor short trip. So Harry Skelly, take us away. Don't worry, guys. We actually both listened to it this week.
Yeah, we actually did. We're not going to have to do that weird mix and match thing. We're actually on the same page this time, mainly because Final Fantasy 15 has come out a little while ago. Anyway, the Old Rogue is a really peculiar story that is being done at on the focus or the point of view of this person, Sid, or otherwise known as
Arcanon the Destroyer.
Arcanon the Destroyer. Yeah. Which is such an interesting perspective. Because it makes me feel of like Invader Zim sort of deal. Like where he's like he it doesn't seem like he actually is that character, like he was a great destroyer. It makes it seem like he's like there's like an alien entity in him that thinks it was this great and powerful warrior that actually isn't. Which is the feel that I got immediately. But then, of course, when the Fourth Doctor shows up with Romana and the K9, you realize that actually is true. It actually totally happened. You're like, oh, but I liked where it was going before.
Yeah, I like that. It might have been just him making stuff up. But I know. K9, I can't. I'll continue. But K9,
the K9 segment to this is beautiful. K9 summed up so very well in this, where the Doctor sends him off just to go sit outside because there's no dogs allowed in this pub for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. The dog is a metal dog. But anyway, sends the dog out, and it just gets like there's just a bunch of random stuff that keeps happening to it in between like sentences that they're sharing. I mean, we've got this basically the story explained to us is that Sid or Therion, I can never Arcanon. He was coming to destroy Earth, and the second Doctor and Jamie McCrimmon
stop him. Jamie, right? It had to be Jamie.
Stop him by accidentally switching him with the body of Sid, this cafe owner, and Romana and the Fourth Doctor basically giving him shit about it the whole time, which is so great. It's just them like dissing him in just this most candid way. It's great, especially Romana because she's not human at all. So the way that she's doing it is very much the way that the Doctor does it. It's beautiful. The Fourth Doctor and Romana were already a great team for that, but having them do it to this great and powerful dictator that the second Doctor beat this one time was just so great. It was so perfect. But the thing that, the bow tie on the magnificent parcel that is the story is K9 sitting outside, getting accosted by teenagers, getting graffitied, and then having to stun all of the teenagers, stun a police officer, and knock over a police car. Just what happened there? Like, why don't we need another audio story to explain what happened there? It is great.
And I love how it's described as complete chaos. Like they go outside, the K9s just destroyed a city block.
And I'm just imagining him just sort of sitting there going like, "How was it, Master? How's it going,
Master?
Hello, Master." It's a perfect story. It feels so snappy. It doesn't need to say anything else other than I really want to know what actually happened with K9. You don't need to know. You don't need to know, but the way that your brain feels about it. The reason why it's so funny is because your brain wants to know what happened there because it doesn't get it. It only gets explained in snippets as it's happening, and it's great. It's so great. But yeah, the whole story with Sid and being this great old ruler, and the fact that the replacement that the second Doctor put in his place, Sid, is basically doing a way better job at being this ruler.
Yeah.
And the fourth Doctor's basically just joking about it the whole time, being like, "Hey, he's doing a way better job than you were, huh?" Other than that, it really does a great job of that. I mean, there is like a down point for me, only a small one, based on how great the story, great and short this package is that it makes it seem like the human influence on this alien has like dulled him and made him like depressed. It seems like, so it's kind of a little sad in that aspect to say that humans sort of do that to aliens. But I'm guessing what the actual case is that Sid probably does actually suffer from some form of depression, and the fact that we put this great and powerful dictator in him has actually quelled him and made him repent of his sins, which is great. It's fantastic. It's a much better prison than anything I could ever think of.
I love that when it turns out that the person that actually works in his cafe, she's actually not this ditzy person that he thought she was. She's actually this like person who wants him to come work for her and be a pirate.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, I just run a cafe."
Yeah. That's great. That's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful story. Beautiful fourth Doctor story. Just pick it up. Read it. Listen to it. That's the word. You can get it free on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You know the spiel. You've got the spiel.
Yeah. You've had the spiel before. You know where to get it. And if you want to pick up this box set in high quality, it's only like $3. $3 New Zealand, which is like $1.50 American. So like, pick it up. Go digital. I say that to everybody who buys Big Finish. Go digital. It's cheaper. Big Finish still get money. It's the way to go, in my opinion. If you must get it physical, just know that you need to be a millionaire.
Squillion.
Yeah, squintillionaire. But yes, other than that, we'll leave you on that note. It's really weird that Romana watches the Jeremy Kyle show.
Yeah, that's great.
I was just like, wow, that's really weird, because you mentioned Romana being like, "Oh, I want to go back to the 80s so bad right now." So there we go. Everybody, again, you can pick this up on their SoundCloud, on their website. We're not endorsed by them. And that's
they're just
Big
really
Finish.
good, guys.
Yes, they're really good. In my honest opinion, they're better than Yahoo. Alrighty, catch you later.
Bye.